stripey again. Well, at least the Venetian blind stripes will match the stripes in my shirt, so I'm not quite sure what you're seeing. Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic. Are you an addict, Dag? Now, watching one of my favorite YouTubers, Julia Graff there, who was mischievous, I came across one of her older videos, and it was, Are you an addict, Tag? And it's about social media and all that stuff. And I don't know if it was floating around here, but she seems to think, what? Tripod one, blink. It was more of a European tag, but I thought it was pretty nifty. So I took a picture of the questions, so we'll see. We'll see if I can actually read them. Okay. Now, this was a couple of years ago, so some of them might be a little dated. And there's probably about maybe 20 questions. Alright, be gone. Alright, first question is, are you addicted to social communities, social networks? I could live without them, but they kind of force them on you. Google Plus. So, I don't know if I'm addicted to them. Like, I must know what everybody's posting, but I do have a Twitter and a Tumblr and a Instagram and a Facebook and a blog. But it's like all connected, but it's always the same stuff. I always just pretty much post my videos, so it's like not just on YouTube, it's everywhere else. It's not like I have my blog for one thing. I mean, originally it was all supposed to be for my business and kind of like advertising myself, but I'm only one person. It's enough to get the product out, let alone the other side of things. So now it's pretty much just places I can send my YouTube vids. So, no, I wouldn't say I'm an addict. It's just sort of a necessity nowadays. Would you rather give up TV or the internet? I barely watch TV anymore. I live off of the internet. You can take the TV, especially since they invented DVD. So, what was on TV, you can put DVD and have it on the computer. So either way, I'm keeping the internet. Both good and bad. Do you listen to radio? Which stations? Not often. If I listen to the radio, it's either something on Pandora, which I have Spooky Symphonies, which is a lot of, did the music for, like, Nightmare Before Christmas, Men in Black, Danny Elfman, that type of music. New Age, gotta have my disco, the 80s stuff. Those are pretty much my stations, in whatever's streaming the race. So, that's pretty much it. I hate iHeartRadio. Was it iHeartRadio? I think so. It's like, you pick a station and they only play the same 5 songs over and over and over again. It's like, so that's totally pointless to me. Pandora is still the best. Do you read newspapers or magazines? Only the comics in the newspaper. And this is my favorite magazine. Popular Science is so cool. This is the one I just got, which is like, how come I never heard of these, like, you know, technical stuff? You know, new electronics and foldable wheelchair wheels, which is just an awesome idea. I mean, just really, really cool stuff. So that's my favorite magazine. Not to be confused with Scientific American, which is really, really boring unless you're a scientist in the community. So, favorite magazine, Popular Science. Do you place great importance on your cell phone? Yes. And this is one I just upgraded. Where's my other one? Now, before, all I had was, you know, your typical call people cell phone. Then, I got a smartphone. Or, I don't know if they call them smartphones if they're not like an iPhone or the fancy Galaxy ones, but, you know, the ghetto smartphones. This is the LG Optimus Elite. And for $50, no, it wasn't even that, it was like $40, and the clerk there was like, did this come up right? Because it was a $100 phone originally, and it was half off. And I love it for what it does, Except LG doesn't quite grasp the fact that, now I don't know if I said that in another video or not, but if you are an LG buyer and have a smartphone, LG does not send anything to the SD card. The actual little pulley-outy thingy, you know, about the size of your thumbnail, you know, the little micro SD card. That's not what they're referring to when it goes move to SD card. You have to manually put your music, your videos, or whatever. As far as apps go, no. It's a partition on the phone's hard drive. So you're limited to whatever you've got on the phone. So that's what pissed me off with the LG. But overall, it did what it wanted to do. Still works, actually. I don't quite know how that works since I transferred everything over. Perfect for my hand. Cutest little case in all the world. The interface is kind of annoying, but the screen was a little small. But that's that's the LG. But they had on sale for $20 off, plus I had a $25 gift card for the upside down phone, the AWE, the AW, and it's some obscure brand I can't remember. And this is, everything this does is twice as good as what the LG does, and it actually sends the stuff to the actual external SD card. So that's a major plus right there. Unfortunately, I can't find too many covers for this, though it does look like the new iPhone covers will fit. But I'd have to get a plastic one, I think, and just sort of adapt it. But it, for the most part, will fit. But I wanted this one. So and it has a front-facing camera, which is awesome. That was a plus. The 5 gig camera. It does 720p video, which is what I'm filming on now, like my flip cam. I still don't know what resolution this was. And this might actually be in sync. So it's not like, Godzilla! You know, it's like, so that fixed the problem. A separate button for the camera, which is cool. So, it's, and I like the interface where you like hold it and don't have to like slide it, because I have dinky little hobbit hands. So, yeah. So I got it, again, about $10 more than that. So this was a $100 phone for a lot less money. Whoop, whoop. I could have saved $5 more, but Shopkick doesn't want to use the gift cards through the app. You actually have to print it up. So, which I'll have to print up that one. But yes, it is a surgical piece of my person now. It's no more than like 2 inches away from me at any given time. And I told myself I would never be that bad, that person in the mall doing this, because of the Shopkick. Now you spend most of the time doing that, trying to get your kicks and not actually shopping. But yes, I have de-evolved into a piece of equipment. So, very much great importance on my phone. Do you have a notebook, tablet, PC? Well, they call it a netbook. Laptop. Tablet. And this is my Adolian you have the review for. Still good though, I like that. Comes in handy when we go up to the race so I can watch my, sort of like a digital DVD player to me now, since I've got the much more portable phone. Oh yes, I have like multiples. But that is the only tablet I have, and most likely will ever have. What are your favorite books? As you can tell in my review series there, those Star Trek books. And I don't know, there's a lot of Krondor books, so I don't think I'll do a review on that. I don't know. And I'm going through the entire series, so it's pretty much the old Star Trek classic novels and everything by Raymond D. Feist. And I'm so happy I came across that game. It was Betrayal at Krondor, and I played the game all the way through without cheats. Oh yeah. And I liked the way how it was set up, that it was set up like an actual novel. You'd have, each chapter of the game would start with a few pages of the actual story, like an actual book. And I loved the characters, loved the story, and I was like gobsmacked at the end. Cut to a few years later, in like a used bookstore, and I see Krondor the Betrayal, or it was like a different twist on the words. I'm like, gosh, that's an awfully weird coincidence, you know? And I picked it up, and it was a novelization of the game. Only to find out that he's written an entire series of books that I'm now going through chronologically. That's that little piece of paper there that kind of gives me... I'm doing it chronologically of what happened in world. So I'm in the Daughter of the Empire right now. Though I've read a few other pieces. Really, really good. If you like political intrigue in a medieval fantasy setting, it's a really intelligently done, really interesting. The characters are great. Love Jimmy the Hand. Love Arutha. Love Pug. You know, just really good book. So those are my favorite books series. Outside of, like, you know, medical books and, you know, the technical stuff. But as far as novels, those two things. Would you rather give up books or movies? That's kind of a hard one, really. I mean, I'm more prone to watch a movie, even though, you know, it's like internet stuff. I'd probably say maybe give up movies, because I can watch the book in my head. I'm one of those readers that visualize the books, so you're like reading the script as you're watching the TV show type of thing. So, I'd probably give up movies, especially since there's nothing but crap on. Though I am rather interested in the Man of Steel. Might be worth a look. I don't know. What are your favorite TV series? You'd have to go back to the old school ones. There's like nothing nowadays other than like the universe, and I think that was in my random questions tag. But it'd be like Knight Rider. Both G1 and the last one, Night 2000. I like that show. They knew what they got wrong. They didn't have a chance to fix it, even though they knew what they got wrong. You know, it deserved another season. So, those two Knight Riders, everything in between doesn't count. Original Trek. Lost in Space. William! Looking over into my collection. In Transformers. G1 Transformers. MacGyver. Pretty much anything in the 80s. You know, when shows were fun and not just, you know, excuses to show violence. So, yeah. Ghost in the Shell would be a more modern one. Love the show over the movie. Even though the movie is really good, too. Would you rather stay in and watch a DVD or go out to see a movie? Have you seen the price of movies? They're like $12 now. No. I'll stay and get the DVD. That no longer has special features, which really pisses me off, because it's all on Blu-ray now. But still, you know, I can watch the DVD over and over and over again. Depends on the movie. I think when the next Hobbit comes out, we'll go and see that. Because at least you know it's not going to be terribly crappy, because the previous movies are good. So, you have to be really selective with your movies. So, yeah, I'd stick with the DVD. Hey, come back here. Okay, if you were starring in a movie, what genre would it be? I'd be a Hobbit in Lord of the Rings. It would be that type of thing, you know. I'd be like Stormtrooper, you know, 312 in Star Wars, you know. It'd be like sci-fi or fantasy, something along those lines. If I was the star, though, If I was a lot taller, I'd star in the movie adaptation of my trilogy that I've written, well, most good chunks of. Which movie, book, TV character is most like you? Everybody keeps telling me Abby from NCIS. I could probably get along with her. So I'll probably have to go her. As for who I think, I can't think of anybody. I'm the star of my own show here at the Strange and Exotic, so I'm most like me. Does that count? Which celebrity would you like to meet? Have met, was awesome. So, I have met William Shatner, and just the fact that I go thank you and he said welcome back just was a thrill to me. I was like, Got the autograph to prove it in the picture. Didn't actually get to, like, say anything to Leonard Nimoy, though. But technically, I've kind of met William Shatner. Which was cool, so... Okay, that's the end of the thing. I mean, it would be nice if you could meet a celebrity and have it feel like, well, you are just a general schmo like us. You know, you're nothing really special, which makes you that much cooler. If you meet a celebrity and they're like, I'm the shit, that's like, screw you, no you're not, you know. You want to be pleasantly surprised when you meet famous people. Trying to read in the sun here. Do you have any favorite computer or console games? I prefer computer over console just because I like the interface better. And, you know, they don't make freaking controllers for, like, tiny little hands. They figure you're like a freaking football player. So, and the one controller I had that was perfect for my hand, it was wireless, that broke. Curse you! So, but the Krondor series was Betrayal of Krondor and Tear of the Gods. And the characters are just, you dare attack a priest? Role-playing games, so they're adventure games. Those are, you know, the voice acting was great in the second one. They didn't have it in the first one because it was pre those days. Septerra Core was awesome. You do a lot of running around, which was kind of annoying. But graphically it was amazing. The story was amazing. And you had a freaking decent end game. It wasn't like, oh, and here's the end. It was enough that you could, you know, you felt rewarded for getting to the end. And great story, loved it. Divine Divinity, which I don't know if... I think I deleted that one because it's kind of boring. That I made all the way through, finally. Good graphics, good story, a lot to do. Again, adventure, you know, you go, do quests, kill monsters, those type of things. At least that's good for the console ones. And for the PC, for console I'd have to say Metroid. Metroid's just freaking awesome. 3 is the best. Zelda. Yep. And I know I'm probably missing... It's the one I always play. And Sims 3 is cool too. But it does get kind of boring after a while. What is your favorite music genre? Depends when you ask me. But the old 80s, you know, Journey, Queen. I still want to consider Queen 80s. Technically, they're latter 70s. But I think their best stuff was in the 80s. You know, when Freddie had the mustache. But, you know, that type of big hair band and disco. You'll always get me with the disco. But I like a lot of other stuff too. It depends what mood I'm in. You know, new age stuff. I like Enya, Yanni. It's so weird not seeing him with a mustache. Yeah, it all depends what mood I'm in. But yes, if there's a party on Second Life where it's playing, I'm so there with a disco. Trying to read the last 2 questions. Which band or singer did you love as a kid or teen? It probably would have been Mariah Carey, Celine Dion, and Madonna. Those are the only ones I could think of that were right there in Whitney Houston. And the last question is, why did you join the YouTube community? Now, I don't consider myself part of the community. I don't know. I don't interact with other, well, that's actually quite a lie since they have now posted videos. So technically they are part of, I have met them through YouTube. So yeah, I guess I am part of a community. And I'm thinking like, you know, people you would communicate with. I don't know. That part. I don't know. Basically what I consider the community are the people that go to like the YouTube parties, what the hell they call those things. It's some sort of fair they do at YouTube. YouTube Con or something like that. I don't know. People like Graveyard Girl and Still Soundly Awake and you know. But I'm just one of the little obscure people. But I originally joined YouTube just to watch videos basically. And the only reason I created a channel is because you had to if you wanted to, you know, save playlists so you didn't have to dig up watching videos you liked before you were able to download them. At least how I before I could figure out how to download them. And then, after coming across Leah Mouse and Graveyard Girl, who are like, just average everyday things and the thrift things, I'm like, hey, I do that. That's kind of cool. What the hell? I'll try and put up a video, Again, which was originally going to be like commercials for myself. Then I'm like, what the hell, I'll just do a haul. Maybe 2 people will watch. Somebody will get a giggle. The fact, and I still, to this day, every time I see so-and-so is subscribed to you on YouTube, it's still like, that's always my reaction, like, really? Because I'm like, never expected anybody to even watch or subscribe. But thank you all who have wished to join me at the Strange and Exotic. I don't expect to be some massive, popular person, just, I'm far too boring for that. So, I pretty much just, do it to challenge myself, basically. Being able to film with somebody in the house, just trying to get over those awkward things, which builds your confidence, which is the main chunk of attempting this. So, that's pretty much the main reason why I joined the community, which, Google and Google Plus and Google people are trying to squelch out, not so subtly. They're taking the community out of the community. I don't know. I mean, it's harder for us people that actually, input things, and people are like, well, why don't you, go someplace else? Well, it's not exactly easy to do when you're uploading. Sure, if you want to, as a watcher, do whatever. There are other media sites that are similar to this, sure. But once you're here and you're kind of, ingrained into the matrix, it's not that easy to just pick up and move. So, I don't know. How come these 2 videos always end up in a rant? I don't know. Here we go. So that is why I joined YouTube. It just sort of progressed from one thing to another. And gosh, golly gee whizzers. That's the end of the questions. So, I shall attempt to add these to the description box down below if you wish to do this tag. Holy Pink Elephants Sunshine 359. I'm tagging you. And anybody else? Thank you for watching. Again, you can try to comment down below. Hopefully by the time you see this, they've fixed the issue. Do subscribe. Become a member of the... Oh my god, I just was going to turn into a bunny. Oh my god. That was disturbing. You almost saw me go into bunny. I was just going to say, become a member of the swamp family. Wow. Wow. I'm sorry, bunny. It'd be more like, because Texas is down below us. Wow. No. That's Bunny. Go to Graveyard Girl. Do subscribe, but join me at the Strange and Exotic, where there is always room for one more. I'll see you all next time. Bye.